Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sharing my makeup slash beauty resolutions for 2024, as well as reflecting on the ones that I made for 2023, seeing how well I did, whether I was successful or not in keeping those resolutions from last year, and what I learned. So without further ado, let's get started. So I like to do these makeup resolutions every year. It's very helpful, I find, when I get a bit lost in like the YouTube content creating world, to remind myself like how I want to do my own makeup, use my own makeup and things like that, rather than just, you know, using or choosing makeup for content or review purposes. It helps me kind of focus and concentrate on my own enjoyment of my own collection and remind myself of things that I want to do for myself a bit more when it comes to my collection. I think it's very easy to get lost and forget your own makeup when you are a YouTuber and you're reviewing stuff all the time. You forget your own products, you forget what you want to do and how you want to do your own makeup when you're just, you know, reviewing stuff all the time. So I feel like this is really helpful. I don't really make regular New Year's resolutions. Well, I don't ever. Do you guys? Is that a thing? I don't know if anyone really does that. I know like dry January is a big deal, but I very rarely drink alcohol anyway. So there's no real point in me doing that. And there's anything else that I just really want to do with my own self and my life and my goals, I just tend to do anyway. I don't necessarily wait for the 1st of January to do that. So I don't make regular ones. I only make them when it comes to like my channel and my makeup, because I just really find it helpful in reminding myself like why I'm here, you know? So let's start off with a little look at 2023's makeup resolutions. So the first one was enjoy my own collection more. I got so lost in the first few years of my channel that I like really neglected, one, my own collection, but two, my own preferences. As I said at the beginning, it really felt like I wasn't ever getting to use the products I wanted to use, because I didn't ever want to use anything on camera that was limited edition and you couldn't get anymore. I was always, you know, prioritizing new products, new releases. I felt like I always had to wear the most recent releases because people want to see them on, people want to see what they look like, how they work, all of that's good stuff. And obviously a lot of the time when I'm filming, I might be filming a review or a get ready with me using new releases and products. So I just felt like I was never actually getting to just choose what I wanted. And on those sort of weekend occasions where I got to sit down and just do whatever makeup I wanted, take as long as I wanted, use whichever products I wanted, I enjoyed that so much more. And I really felt like for a while I was losing my enjoyment of makeup because of that. So in order to like really get that back and really get my enjoyment of my own collection and all of that good stuff back, that was my resolution in 2023, and I 100% smashed that. I will say I do that so much more often now. You know, even today I used 2 palettes, and I never would have done that to do my eyeshadow, but it would have been really conscious that if someone wants to see what eyeshadow I'm wearing, they don't want to see that I've used 2 or 3 different palettes, because that's annoying. Who wants to go and buy 2 or 3 different palettes to recreate a look? Whereas today I wanted to use a couple of different palettes, so I did. And just things like that, you know, using limited edition products. I used my Pat McGrath limited edition Divine Rose highlighter, although that keeps coming back. But again, it's a product that I absolutely adore and love using, but didn't use for a long time if I was going to be on camera, because I knew you guys couldn't get it. So I did do very well at intentionally using more often just whatever I want to use, using old products, not caring if they're discontinued, not caring if they're old or they're no longer available. And it really did help me get back my love and my enjoyment for my own collection. So that was a tick. I definitely did way better at that, and I want to keep doing that, more so even in 2024. The second one was to try more trends. You know, there were so many trends, especially like TikTok. There's all these crazy trends and hacks and things like that, and I just completely ignore them all of the time. So last year that was one of my resolutions, to try more of them, because you just never know. Maybe you'll love one, maybe one will really work for me and I'll fall in love with it. Let me tell you, this was a big fat fail. It turns out I just don't want to. That's the honest truth, okay? Just turns out that I just don't want to do it. And that's okay. I think when you look back at these sort of goals and resolutions and you realise that it's just not for you, there's no point in continuing to force it and push it, you know. I just realised very early on, I think I tried one trend this year, and what was it? The latte makeup, which I would say was pretty close to how I do my makeup a lot of the time anyway. I like sort of bronzy makeup, I like monochromatic makeup, so I wouldn't say that was like a massive step outside of my comfort zone in the first place. So yeah, I tried like maybe one or two, but I really just realised I saw so many other trends, you know, the Barbie makeup, mermaid core, all of these other sort of trends that like the puppy dog eyeliner. I don't know who comes up with these names. I saw a lot of them. I chose not to do them if I didn't feel like they were for me, and I'm all right with it. So that was a big fat fail, but I'm okay with it. I realised about myself this year that these trends, when it comes to makeup, it's just not for me. I don't want to get involved. Okay, I'm saying well clear. The next resolution in 2023 was to make more considered lip choices and combinations, so liner and lipstick combinations. I've definitely got way better at that. This morning, for example, I knew I wanted to wear a Dior Addict lipstick. I actually went through like tried on like 5 different ones, looked at how it went with my makeup. And let me tell you, a year ago, the first one would have gone on, and as long as it didn't look hideous, that's what I'd have gone with for the day. Whereas today I sat and I thought, no, that's not quite what I'm looking for. And I went and I tried on, like I said, 4 or 5 until I got to this shade, which was Thai and Dior. Really pretty, understated, beautiful, like soft, romantic, girly lip that I felt like was just, didn't argue with my eyeshadow because I did quite a dramatic eye look for me today. I definitely feel like I've got better at this. I feel like I could improve further. I've definitely slipped out of using as much lip liner as I kind of set myself. That was a resolution a couple of years ago, to use lip liner more, because I feel like it makes a big difference. It's really flattering. It really elevates your lipstick look. I've definitely fallen out of the habit of doing that, and that's something I need to revisit and go back and do more of again, because I love it. But I definitely consider how my lip finishes, my makeup look, and which lipstick I actually want to wear, which formula, whether I want matte or shiny, and actually go back, if I don't love how it looks, go back and change it. Whereas previously it's like, if I've committed and I've put it on, it's staying there. You know, so I think I did pretty well at that one as well. Next up, find more new creators on YouTube. I did decently well at this. I definitely found a few new creators this year. I think Sophia and Tanya I found this year, and also they became wonderful, lovely YouTube friends as well this year. I also found Cle De Peau. She was a brand new discovery for me last year. I keep on saying this year. Last year in 2023, she was like, I found her like halfway through the year, and I've not stopped watching her ever since. I also found some new accounts that I follow on like TikTok. So one of those was Ash Holm. She's like, I think, a Kardashian makeup artist. She is amazing. Really great professional makeup artist who teaches lots of techniques. Same thing goes for Cle De Peau. I find them so educational when it comes to learning like techniques and placement and usage of product. So yeah, I definitely did okay at that. I found a few new, but there's only so many hours in the day that you can watch content, and I'm not giving any of my like tried and true buddies over here on YouTube up. So there was only a few new slots available, but so I did pretty well. I feel like I did as well as I could have done without missing out on the content that I love and that I love to watch here on YouTube. So I think I did decently well at that. And the last one, which I don't know how I feel about how I did with this one, was to find a new Holy Grail bronzer. I feel like bronzer is one of those categories where I've just never found the perfect one. I really feel like there's certain categories where, you know, foundation, I have a solid Holy Grail. I know what it is. It's my Tom Ford shade and Illuminate. Primer, Tom Ford Soft Matte Primer, that's my Holy Grail. Mascara, it's my Charlotte Tilbury Push Up Lashes. I know like certain categories, they're locked in, they're set. And then there's other categories, like for example blushes, where I have like several that I would say I love them to a holy grail level, but there's just too many of them that I love at that level to pick one specific one. Same thing goes obviously for lipsticks. I could never pick like one holy grail lip color from like one specific formula, but again, I have so many that are like holy grail status or level of love. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas bronzer, I feel like it's pretty much the only category where I feel like I love a lot of them. Like there's probably 10 bronzers that I really love, but none of them just feels like perfect. Chef's kiss, everything perfect. Do you know what I mean? The Dior, I love the Dior bronzer. I like the Pat McGrath bronzers a lot. The Charlotte Tilbury, both the cream and the powder. I like the Westman Atelier Contour sticks. I like a couple of Chanel bronzers that I really, really like. The Victoria Beckham bronzer, the Gucci bronzer. There are so many that I really love, but I still feel like there's something better out there. There must be something just slightly, there's something missing. There's nothing wrong with any of them. I love them all, but none of them feel quite holy grail status. And I feel like it was a big fat fail, honestly. I found more that I love, and I found better shades in some of those formulas. The Dior and the Gucci, I found better shades of those this year or last year. Hello, switch on. But I still just felt like I found more that I really, really love. And I still feel like I'm missing the absolute wow holy grail of bronzers. So I think that that was a bit of a fail on that front, on that resolution. So my first resolution for this year, for 2024, is going to be to carry that one over. The hunt continues. The resolution continues. It wasn't for want or lack of trying an effort, okay? I tried a lot of bronzers this year. I listened to you guys' recommendations. I'm hoping, you know, I predicted that there would be quite a few new bronzer formulas in my makeup predictions video. If you watch that, I feel like bronzers are coming from several brands. Maybe it'll be in there. Let's fingers crossed on that one. So the first resolution for 2024 is a repeat. Find a holy grail bronzer. I feel excited, even though I felt excited about it last year. So let's hope it goes better this time. Now, the next makeup resolution that I'm going to make for 2024 is a bit, again, it's a very niche resolution that is very specific to me and to the job that I do, but it is to stop feeling the need to use up skincare that I don't like, that I'm not getting along with, that I hate, that I don't enjoy, that I don't feel like is doing a good job because I've like started using it. This is definitely a me problem. I'm a completist. I always have this issue. I had it like in my jobs when I was employed. I have it in this job. I can't leave anything unfinished. And that's true when it comes to like, you know, working. So I would have, you know, I would work until whatever hour of the morning until I finished the specific job that I was on. You know, I had a real issue just being like, it's 5 o'clock, just leave everything hanging in the middle. That stresses me out, okay? And I'm very much the same when it comes to makeup, skincare, anything. I will use something until it is all gone, even if I hate it. That's weird, isn't it? And I feel like if I was buying, I very, very rarely have to buy any skincare. I'm so lucky that I get gifted a huge amount of skincare. I have like 3 skincare drawers in my makeup like storage that is full of skincare. I know this sounds like I'm bragging / boasting. I'm not trying to, I promise. I'm just letting you know the scale of the issue here. So, you know, if it takes you a couple of months to use up a moisturizer or a serum, and in the meantime, you know, 3 more have arrived in the post, you see where the problem is going here, don't you? And I do gift a lot of my skincare to friends and family. I love to gift skincare to my children's teachers and anyone who wants some. I'm always trying to gift skincare, anything that I have duplicates of, I've already tried, or that, you know, I've repurchased, or that is a restock or anything like that. I do gift a lot of it, but I still have like drawers spilling over with skincare because it just takes a long time. And when I am literally feeling like I have to use every single thing that I have started until it's finished, I'm never ever going to, there's going to be 5-10 drawers soon, you know, and a lot of the time I don't like stuff, it's not working for me. There was a product I was using, it was a Shiseido like essence that really was like making my skin, it was just too much for my skin, on top of the other actives that I was using, because I could not stop using my retinol, of course, and I used like a vitamin C in the mornings, and then I was using this essence at night. It was all too much, too many actives for my skin, and it was actually making my skin really like sensitive, and I was probably damaging my barrier, but I had to use it until I'd finished it, even though it was like not doing me any favors. Like, that's not normal. What's wrong with me? I feel like this would be, you know, would make more sense if I had bought it. You know, it's a really expensive skincare item. I don't want it to go to waste. I've paid my money for it. But when you're gifted products and they're gifted to you to review and use and give people your thoughts on, you can't really use every single one until it's empty, because that can be months of use, you know. And if you're only using one serum, one cream for like 2 or 3 months, you know, you're not really getting through them quickly enough. I do want to use them for long enough so that I can give you my full thoughts, at least a few weeks. Did I see any results, any negatives to let you guys know about? But then if I'm not getting on with it, then I need to either like pass it on to a family member if it's been used, or bin it if I don't think it's any good and no one wants to use it, you know, because at the moment I feel literally like I cannot not use something, even if it's burning my face off or it's wrecking my hair or I hate the smell. I will keep using it until it's empty. So I'd love to stop doing that this year. It's not that I'm not grateful and don't appreciate it, but I do need to stop forcing stuff onto my face that doesn't work for me and is doing me no good, because I don't think that's a very good idea, you know. And it will help me review more, try more, and give you guys more information about more products if I'm not, you know, committing to 6 months of using just the one, even though I long ago decided it wasn't for me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to stop using, and this is not just necessarily a YouTube problem. This is a problem across my entire life, okay? I'm going to stop using hair care, makeup, and skincare that I don't like, that doesn't work for me, just because it's already in my home and I feel like I've committed to it. Stop it. I'm going to stop doing that. The next resolution I want to make is that I'm going to play with more hairstyles. I started trying a couple of different hairstyles. I started following some hair accounts on TikTok that gave me some great ideas for hairstyles, what to do with my hair. I'm useless with my hair, okay? I literally will put it in a messy bun or like a slick back ponytail, and those are pretty much all that I do for years. Sometimes I whip my Dyson out, and that is a special occasion, okay? But I really am one of these people who will spend an hour doing my makeup and then just like put my hair in a ponytail, because like I don't enjoy doing my hair. I don't know how to do my hair. I'm not good at doing my hair. So yeah, that's what I do. And I feel like it's something that I could have a lot of fun with and learn and do better at. You know, I have a daughter with very long hair, gorgeous mermaid hair, and I've started to play with her hair a bit more and learn some hairstyles to do with her hair. And obviously she's a lot younger than me, clearly. So not necessarily are we always going to wear the same hairstyles, but it gives me ideas and things to try for myself. And I have tried a few new hairstyles in 2023 that I really liked, and now they've made it into my regular rotation. But I want to get better at my hair. I want to make more effort with my hair. I want to try and do more and get just better and more confident at doing hairstyles, because I feel like it can make a big difference to your overall look, you know, and just mix things up a little bit. There's no need, by the way, to do this, to make more effort. We're all very tired. But for me, I feel like that's something that I might actually enjoy, and I'm gonna give it a try. I've already started with buying my beachy waver. That's a new thing for me, trying some beachy waves. I'm trying to just, you know, play here and there and mix it up and change things, and I'm really enjoying it. So I want to do that more in 2024. There's so many poems in this video, have you noticed? And that's all for free. I don't charge extra for those. Next up, it's probably a controversial one. What do you guys think? I'm going to run it past you. I'm thinking this year with my channel that I'm going to review less products that I am not personally interested in. I don't know, is it controversial? It feels controversial, it could be a mistake. We'll see how it goes. I think the thing for me is I need to trust my gut more. I need to trust my gut. I need to trust you guys and what you're interested in. Obviously, I can't only buy makeup to review that I want anyway. Because one, I feel like that I'm quite reserved in actually how many things that I would buy for myself. There would be very few reviews that were very unhelpful. So there is definitely a need when you have a YouTube channel to occasionally, at least, purchase and review products that you wouldn't necessarily try or use for yourself. But I feel like I did it a lot. You know, even buying like formulas, I know I don't like a lot of, whether it's cream products or whether it's matte foundations or whether it's liquid lipsticks. And I feel like there is a benefit in doing that, because especially like something like a matte foundation or a liquid lipstick that isn't my preference for a finish, you know, if it's great and it works, it can sort of change my mind and how I feel about that. And I feel like that's useful information. So that's why I kind of try things that I wouldn't necessarily see, oh, a matte foundation, I'm so excited, because I'm not. But, you know, the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Foundation is a classic example where that's described as a matte foundation and it became like a holy grail top few of my foundations, one of my favourite ever foundations. So it's definitely worth trying things that you don't necessarily think are going to be for you. And I think that's helpful with reviews, and I think it's also a good sort of comfort zone pusher for me as well. But I do think I can sometimes get like so confused as to what you guys are interested in, whether you're interested in a review or not. And then I will end up buying, you know, a lot of new releases that I don't want for myself and I'm not interested in. And then it turns out that actually the review is not that popular and you guys weren't that interested in it either. I think it's safe to say that a lot of people, you know, you find content creators, you find YouTubers who have similar tastes, preferences, do your makeup a similar way, you know, you like similar things, and that's why you kind of subscribe to someone. So I think although we all have different skin types, different skin tones, different, you know, skin challenges and issues and preferences as well, I feel like at our core, we like a lot of the same things, and that's why a lot of you guys found me in the first place. We like the same brands, we have a similar, you know, preference when it comes to makeup and styles of makeup. Obviously that's not always true. I have so many of you guys tell me, you know, I love your content even though we have complete opposite tastes or we have completely different skin types. There's obviously exceptions to the rule, but I do feel like a lot of us, the reason that you found me in the first place and that you're here is because we look for similar things, we like similar products, we like similar brands. So, and that's what I noticed, you know, when I sort of force myself against my own will to review something I had no interest in and I didn't want to try, it does less well. And I think that's because, you know, my subscribers, we are like the same. We are each other's people. And maybe if I wasn't interested in something, neither were you guys. So I need to learn to trust my intuition a bit more and listen to myself and my instincts, because there's no way I can review every single release, every single shade of every single release. It's an impossibility. So I think I need this year to focus on the products that I'm really excited for, the releases that I think are exciting, because I feel like we are the same. And if I'm excited about it and I really want to try it for myself anyway, then you guys are probably most likely to be more excited. Does any of this make any sense? I feel like maybe not, but let me know. To be clear, that's not to say I'm not reviewing anything that I wouldn't buy anyway. I will certainly do it for sure, just less frequently, you know? And lastly, this year, I'm going to cut back on fragrance purchases. I've done this kind of gradually. I think initially when I started really getting into niche fragrances, I had like I had like 2 or 3 perfumes. So I had so many that I wanted to try. I really didn't know what I enjoyed yet. So I was sort of, you know, experimenting and finding fragrances that I liked and learning the notes that I enjoyed. So I bought a lot of fragrances in the first couple of years when I was really getting into, you know, fragrance and learning notes and learning all about it. I bought a lot of fragrances. And then I started to sort of cut back and set myself like a goal of not buying more than 1 fragrance a month. So that's kind of what I've been doing for like the last year or so, is limiting myself mostly to 1 perfume per month. And now my collection is of the size where it's getting hard for me to use them all of the ones that I love. I now have an excellent idea of what I like, what I will like, the houses that work well for me, the notes that I enjoy, and the style of fragrance. And I have a lot of those. I have like probably 20 perfumes that I regularly rotate and use a lot, and then probably 10 more that I like and will use in specific circumstances or specific seasons and things like that. So I have a lot now that I really love to use and really like to get a lot of use out of. And I've now reached the point where I only want to buy a full bottle of a new fragrance if I think it's unique and it's different to my collection and those that I have already. I don't want another fragrance that is very, very similar to 5 or 6 that I already own. I only want something that's special, that's different, that I don't already have, that's something new for me, that's super interesting and exciting. So I'm going to cut back a lot on the number of fragrances I use so that I can continue to actually use my collection. Otherwise, you know, I'll never get to use anything that I love and enjoy. A lot of them will get forgotten about that I really like. And I don't want a giant collection. You know what I'm like. I don't like a huge amount of anything, which is that's why it's a terrible job for me to have got myself into, because obviously the nature of YouTube is more stuff all of the time, and I hate it. That is like the biggest negative for me when it comes to doing YouTube, is how much stuff you end up with, and I'm constantly trying to get rid of it. So I'm very similar with my fragrance collection. I've started giving fragrances away willy-nilly to my family and friends when I know that I won't be using them, because I just don't want, again, I don't want to go overspill my shelves and my units for my fragrances. I don't want to just keep buying more and more storage. I want to have less fragrances. So I'm going to cut down even on the 1 a month to maybe, let's halve it, 1 every other month. I think that's a reasonable amount as a maximum. I'd like to see less than 6 new full bottle fragrances enter my home this year. So let's make that the goal. 6 or less new fragrances to be purchased in 2024. Let's see how I do. That's quite tough, isn't it? That's quite hard for me. That's halving, at least, probably more than halving, because there's definitely a few months where I had more than 1. I had maybe 2, maybe 3 some months. So yeah, I feel like that's a nice number. Not too many, I can cope with it. And by the way, gifts don't count. If I get sent one or purchase one by somebody else, that does not count for my 6, okay? Me purchasing 6 or less is the goal. That's gonna be a tough one. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my resolutions for 2024. Set yourself one. Go on. It's fun. Join in. Set yourself just one in the comment section down below. I would love to hear it. Let me know. Are you going to join in with one of mine or come up with one of your own? Please let us know if you have any goals or resolutions for this year when it comes to your makeup and beauty space, collection, whatever, goals, habits, help. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye.